Munif Ali, Teresa Mack, and the exceptional realtors of Pacific Playa Realty experience a wonderful evening at their grand opening and ribbon cutting right here in the city of El Segundo, California, their new home. I'm Michael Real, and this is Real Urban News.
Pacific Playa Realty and New Era Escrow extend their warmest welcome to each and every one of you. Your presence here is what makes this event special.
So nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. The mother passes the information on. The grandmother lets, the other family members know what it takes to buy a house. And it's not much, but it's that information, right? Knowledge is there, but the application is
Welcome to the grand opening.
Without further ado, we're going to get this party started. So I'd like to introduce the CEO of Pacific Playa Realty, Teresa Mack, and the CEO of New Era Escrow, Terrica Banks, to introduce the owner-founder of these incredible businesses.
Thank you. So Terrica, tell me a little bit about this business called New Era Escrow.
All right, thank you, Teresa. New Era Escrow is Southern California's premier independent escrow company. Our team, some of the industry's finest professionals, we handle all types of escrows, from commercial, residential, multi-unit, real estate owned, and short sales. We do it all. All right. We have the best individuals in our team. We've been in existence for over 11 years. And I am so proud of our team. Can we all give them a round of applause for helping out today? So, Teresa, tell us a little bit about Pacific Playa Realty.
So as many of you know, Pacific Playa Realty is a premier independent real estate brokerage. We have over 85 agents. We have professional staff. And we are the largest Black-owned and managed real estate brokerage, I believe, in the United States, certainly in the West Coast. We are 100% committed to service to the community. And when I say the community, I mean the broader Los Angeles community in all its diversity, in all its colors, in all its age groups, and all its lifestyles. And our agent body represents all of that. We are brown, we are fine, and we are one of a kind. Pacific Playa Realty is here to serve you for your residential, your commercial, your multifamily needs, your first-time home buyer opportunities, and for those of you that are homeowners, we're there for you too. We work with a number of vendors and resources in the community. Many of them are here. Wave your hand if you are a vendor that we work with. They all deliver high quality service. Wave them high. You know you're going to be talking to them later. And our agents, I'd love for you to stand so they can see you, because they are the heart and soul of Pacific Playa Realty. So thank you for spending this evening with us. And Terrica, here we are, two women of color, CEOs of significant real estate enterprises. This does not happen by accident.
You are absolutely correct, Teresa. So I'm going to read this because this is very long. Ladies and gentlemen, Munif Ali, Chairman and President of the Board, founder and owner of Pacific Playa Realty, New Era Escrow, the guy we boss around. After building Pacific Playa Realty from the ground up and reinventing New Era Escrow through the challenges of the real estate market, the pandemic, and much more, Mr. Ali is rooted in the day-to-day operations of his businesses. He created innovative sales dialogue training course called Sales Logic, a life coach program called Empower. He created an amazing graphic design and marketing company called Ensemble Digital Media, which produced all of the graphic content for this evening and the video you will all see inside. Mr. Ali founded ThinkRuptor Media, StoreGauge, a peer storage app. This man never sleeps. Never. He has also written a powerful book called What's the Focus? How to Put Your Mind Over Matter. It's available on Amazon and is also displayed here today. With all of this, Mr. Ali still makes time to support us as CEOs and mentors countless other business professionals.
He is truly the man of the hour. He is the reason that we have both this grand event this evening and this grand building behind us, which is owned, not leased.
Yes.
I've had the pleasure of working with him for over 2 decades. It has been a pleasure, at sometimes a pain, but always a powerful experience. It is our greatest honor to introduce to you our friend and our boss, Munif Ali.
That was a crazy introduction. I'm going to definitely give them a well-deserved not-so-raise. You know the economy's not doing well, right? Can everybody hear me? Because Teresa, I could hear her. Terrica's very soft-spoken, but everybody's got me? I'm very humbled to see all the beautiful faces here. And it's kind of a weird experience because I'm always behind backstage somewhere else. And these ladies did a great introduction for me. This is, you only see the tip of the iceberg. The success part is the people behind the businesses. I only came up with the idea, to be honest with you. And that idea started a long time ago. There's a name, Fatima Ali, and that is my mother. And everything that I know about being a strong man comes from even a stronger woman. The reason why I love real estate is really simple. There was no cheat code where I grew up about building generational wealth, because it was only a generation ago that many of us even understood what that was. I grew up in the housing projects, better known as Hunters Point housing projects in Northern California. And if you've ever been there, it's far removed from El Segundo, ladies and gentlemen. Although the buildings do look alike, the doors and the families are different. My mom was a single immigrant mother who was illiterate. And when my dad left, he left a gaping economic hole. And we didn't have a lot of clues. My mom quit whatever she was doing, which was homemaker, for years. Many of my agents have heard this story, and they'll probably hear it again and again, but it is my truth. And because it's my truth, I don't have to have notes. My mom always told me it's always easy to remember the truth because it's ingrained in my heart. When my dad left, I think I was around 3 to 5 years old. And the lady had been a homemaker at that time. And when he left, he did what basically we do with the iPhone. He got a new version and ran out. And my brothers and I went from middle income to no income. And if anybody has been in that situation, low income is a lot better than no income at all. My mom being faced with the choices that a mother has to make when she doesn't know how to win any bread, she became a bread loser at that point. She had to make some choices, and that was either live on the streets or take her boys and move to the projects. And that was an easy way for her to get a roof over our heads. She struggled. She worked odd jobs. She washed cars. She even cleaned other people's units in the projects. And I had the pleasure of going with my mother everywhere she went to clean homes. And I learned that work ethic is far better than any government program. I'm gonna try not to get emotional because the military has bred that out of me. But it was a struggle, and we struggled everywhere we went because my mom had a difficult time getting a job because she was unskilled. The kind of jobs that we take for granted, the people that sweep up after you, pick up after your tables, or make your beds. My mom was a maid for 33 years. I had the pleasure of going every single evening with her when she got off of work, and every single weekend with her as my two older brothers quit their jobs and quit their high schooling and decided to work to save our family from destitution. My mom would take me to go and clean other people's homes, and that's when I learned that work ethic is important. No matter what excuses you have in life, if you could just buckle down and grind it out, relief comes. It's not promised to anyone, but you can sustain yourself if you have belief in yourself. And many times I found myself looking out the window at what other people had. And my mom would always tell me that, son, no matter what happens, never rely on somebody else to give you money. This is what I did with your father, and I will never, ever depend on somebody else. That's a little story that I want to share with you today. This Pacific Playa, new era, and everything else that has come after that point. I'm just a kid who stood in the welfare cheese lines. I'm just a kid who had a vision that together in our communities, look around you and be proud. There's a lot of us that have been discounted here and there, that have been overlooked. It doesn't matter what the skin color or your greater hair is, there's always someone looking down at you. But as long as you believe and looking at yourself with pride and dignity and knowing that you have what it takes, you will always make it out of a tough situation. Pacific Playa started 15 years ago. It started because I was starting to see a change in the communities that we serve. The change was going to happen. There was a housing shortage. And the moment we opened our doors, we kind of had a reputation of excellence. Teresa was right there, sharing the dream, the vision that I had. And once we started to train our agents, guess what started happening? People started achieving things. Somebody once told me that we could never have professional agents in the areas that we serve, which is Lamert to Ladera. The one comment I'd like to make tonight is, how do you like us now? Because if you give us training, if you give us accountability, if you give us hope, if you give us dreams, no matter what you are, what you look like, what your skin texture is, what your hair color is, where you're from in the world, you can make it in this great country of ours. All you have to do is grind it out. Pacific Playa has grown in numbers. It's grown in volume. It's also grown in spirit. And this is an example. And thank you so much for coming here and being with us tonight, because this is a dream of ours. And on December 24th, we were burned down to the ground after 15 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what is left of Pacific Playa Realty. Is the work of 15 years, but guess what? This can't stop us. You know, it's just a fire, and the important thing is that we all have our lives. Stuff is replaceable, material is replaceable, but people are not. And Pacific Playa was never a building, a burnt out building, but guess what? We're gonna rebuild again, and it's because of all of us collectively working together to have something special in our communities that we serve.
And many people thought we were going to go away. But that Fatima Ali spirit ran through all of us, and we said we could do this. So 6 months later, here we are at this new building. And it happened because we were saving money, because we were holding each other accountable, because we were practicing every single day. The one thing I will always say is that if you believe in yourself, that might not be enough. You have to have other people that believe in you, and you have to hold other people accountable. Thank you so much for coming, and enjoy your evening.
Mr. Ali, please come back. Because that was a nice patty cake, but first, you said you're from Hunters Point?
That is correct.
Yes, I'm from Oakland.
Oh,
Yeah, the only two things that were scarier than Oakland was Richmond and Hunters Point.
that's right.
So-
That's right. That's right.
For you to come from where you came from and still come back through the fire, through the ashes, that almost needs a standing ovation. So if you can stand, I need you to clap for this. You might not want it, but we're going to give it to you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
That's amazing. That is amazing. I'd like to welcome to the podium Los Angeles County Assessor Jeff Prang.
I've got really bad news for you. What I do is coming here. I kind of do this sometimes when I go places. I check our property records just to see where I'm going. And the assessment on this building, the records show that this is a 2-bedroom, 700 square foot house. I don't think your taxes are going to be accurate, but in any event, it's a real pleasure for me to be invited to join you for this celebration today. Thank you for sharing your story. It was really remarkable. As LA County Assessor, I really value the relationship that I've built over the last 9 years with the real estate professionals throughout Los Angeles County. You've been great friends and advisors, and it's a pleasure to be here to watch your journey progress and to see the success of so many professionals who are here this evening. I'm really thrilled and honored to be a part of this very special celebration with such other special people, such as my friend Councilmember Heather Hutt, and with the famous and well-respected Congresswoman Diane Watson. What a pleasure. Thank you so much.
We would like to bring to the podium Councilwoman Heather Hutt of District 10.
It's always nice when you can come to a space where you see business thriving. And I want to say I had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Ali about his story, about inspiring other people, about his team. And it was really exciting. It inspired me. My journey wasn't different than your mother's. Well, I was the person who left the husband with no money and no ideas and 3 little kids and all those things. But it is true that if you believe in yourself and you work really hard, things can change. And so I appreciate you sharing your story and also the spirit of Fatima, because that was an amazing one. Right now, I would like to take a moment and give you congratulations from the city of Los Angeles for Pacific Playa Realty and New Era Escrow.
Thank you so much.
It's exciting to know that you are in this space, you're in the building, and you're also in the 10th district when you talk about Leimert, you talk about
Thank you so
Bolaños and all
much.
of
Appreciate
those
it.
things. So hopefully you'll hang this on your wall in the building.
Absolutely.
And that people will see that you are not just thanking each other, but congratulations
Thank
from
you.
the city. It has a whole bunch
Appreciate
of
you.
words on there about you're great. We have confidence in you, and your presence enriches the diverse tapestry of businesses that make Los Angeles such a dynamic environment.
Thank you.
so much.
Appreciate it.
much, Council.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Next up, we would like to bring to this podium Marsha Hansen, CEO, the El Segundo Chamber of Commerce. Give her a round of applause as she comes to the podium.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to El Segundo. This is exciting. I've been with the Chamber for 16 years. I've been to a lot of ribbon cuttings and grand openings, and you all knocked this out of the park. This is just one of the best ones I've ever been to. I'm not leaving. I'm staying here forever. And those mocktails were awesome. So welcome to El Segundo. On behalf of the Chamber and of the city and of your neighbors like the LA King or the Los Angeles Lakers down the street, your neighbors like the LA Kings, the Los Angeles Chargers opening their facility here in 2024, the LA Sparks are moving to El Segundo. We have satellites being made across the street, and even Barbie and Ken, although Ken thinks no one likes him, but even Barbie and Ken. So we are thrilled to call you one of our neighbors now too. We're thrilled you chose El Segundo for your home. And we are happy to partner with you, and we want to make sure we put our arms around you and make you feel as warm and welcome and loved as you've ever felt.
Thank you.
Thank you for choosing El
Thank you
Segundo.
so
Thank you. We have a certificate for you all.
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thrilled to have you. We are happy. There's a certificate and a new era.
Terrica.
There you go.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. You're very welcome.
Okay.
Oh, fabulous.
Thank you.
Hi. You good? All right. Thank you very much.
Now, we would like to have the ceremonial ribbon cutting.
He stayed on. He's the broker of record. And our director of our mentorship program, Rochelle Pegg, who is an amazing person and gives a wealth of knowledge to all of our newer agents. They will be cutting our ribbons, making this moment a memorable one. Thank you.
Okay.
And you talked about coaching and training at an early age. Your mother was your initial coach.
Absolutely.
And provided your initial training.
Absolutely, yeah.
How important, how significant is that story?
I think the formidable years, the years that you're formed, your character, your integrity, your focus are all in that early age. And having a mentor, a grandparent, a mother, someone that you look up to that has the qualities that they want you to have, but they demonstrate it. And that's really, really important that they're a coach that teaches by showing you how it's done. And I think that was the effective difference for me. And I knew what it did in my life because I compared myself with other people in my community, other people in my neighborhood, and even other people in my family that didn't have that strong role model. They didn't always turn out like that. Now, it was difficult at first, but if you open yourself up to being coachable and teachable, you can get to places.
And working with Teresa Mack must just be a wonderful opportunity.
It is an amazing experience.
That's one way to phrase it. He might say it differently, so I'm going to interject. One of the things that Munif has brought to the business is that hands-on leadership. You know, a lot of brokerage owners want to lead from above, but he sits at that table in the conference room with us every day. And having another woman CEO of our escrow company to work side by side, that's a rarity. There's not a lot of leaders, let alone male leaders, that will let two women lead their company into success. And we appreciate that.
Thank you.
This rebirth, if you will, this reignition into the community of real estate and brokerage, what are the challenges that come with this?
Well, I think the number one challenge is the economic climate now. But because Munif and I started this business in the down market, we're able to train our agents to counsel our clients for what is to come and how to sustain themselves through it. And I think the fire probably taught me, at least, a lot about resilience, how you can literally reimagine and re-engineer yourself.
Absolutely.
What about you? What did the fire do for you in terms of igniting? I know it was challenging and daunting, but it had to ignite something in you all.
I think the character of an individual is best displayed during the famine, not during the feast. Who my team was, who the people around me, who believed in the vision. Our agents stuck with us. We didn't have an office for 6 months. They were unrecruitable. They stayed focused. We continued. We were already online because of the pandemic. And so when we switched over to not having an office, they stayed connected. And our teaching and coaching program primarily was online. And that vision held together because the culture was there, never mind the location.
Tonight had to be wonderful for you to see people that you've worked with, your agents, your clients, political leaders from Los Angeles and here in El Segundo. What was it like for you interacting with these people on this special evening for you all?
Well, you always know you have a lot of different clients and a lot of different agents, but when you see them all come together, you see that mosaic of people and interest and communities, and seeing that all come together to celebrate this great time for our company meant everything. It was our vendors, our agents, well, people like you, Michael, and your team who've been with us from the very beginning and who came tonight to see us through this great event.
Talk about your vision, Teresa, as you all move forward working side by side, but as you all move this team, New Era Escrow, and your other brands. What's your vision moving forward?
Well, I'd love Monique to tell you about Ensemble Digital Media, Thinkruptor Media, and Storage, an app that he's created. Those are part of the future of Pacific Playa Realty and New Era Escrow, our family of companies. And then we'll talk a little bit about the real estate market and our future.
Okay. Thank you, Teresa.
Our vision for Pacific Playa is that we were able to do it here. And our systems, our accountability, our coaching, our training, that's transferable. Now that we're essentially online in many different businesses, we can take that same pedigree of culture and accountability to other cities, to other locations. So we do expand on growing into other urban areas. That's a quest of ours. And then the other brands that really are a family of companies, whether it's Ensemble Digital Media, which is our marketing arm, not just for our two companies, but for other companies as well. The future is really online, but a lot of real estate and other industries have been disrupted. So we want to stay ahead of the innovation. That means that all real estate searches begin online essentially, but they always are still ending up with a handshake and a key exchange. And we want to be on the front end with technology and tools for our agents as well as our family of businesses.
The real estate market. Is it up, down? Where are we now?
Well, we always like to say there is no bad real estate market because we're on both sides of it. And so for sellers, it is still a great opportunity to capitalize on your investment. For buyers, even though the interest rate seems high, Michael, you and I both know this is a very moderate interest rate in the history of interest rates. So real estate is always a solid investment. It's about who's going to counsel you through the process, help you create a transaction that's going to work for you, your business, your family, or your enterprise. And Pacific Playa Realty, our agents, as well as our staff, we're here to serve and to serve the communities that we believe have not necessarily had the same attention that they deserve and that they're getting now. And for that community in particular, we want to give extraordinary service.
Finally, what's your hope going forward for the future?
I don't hope a lot. I believe in putting a plan together, finding the right people who see your vision, because sight is correctable, as you know.
Right.
But vision is not. And it's always about aligning ourselves with other people who believe that you can achieve as long as you have the right tools and the right belief in your system. The right belief in yourself, I should say. Our focus is that we get more like-minded people. And the larger we grow, there is no RSPECT, no respect unless you have unity. So we want to unify as many people as possible because, again, we happen to be a movement that's in real estate.
The movement.
The movement.
The real estate.
That's right.
Pacific Playa Realty.
That's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael.
All right.